world where life is never given for free, but belongs only to those strong enough to conquer it. The Amazon. Here, there is no place for weakness. To be born is only the beginning. The real question is, who will manage to survive and endure in this unforgiving land? In a world where every creature must stay alert every second, a shadow emerges silently from the darkness of the jungle. Jaguar. Known as the guardian of the jungle, it is a true hunting machine. The jaguar's body was not designed for long-distance chases. But for short, explosive, lethal ambushes. Even more impressive, they are exceptional swimmers, able to plunge without hesitation into the rivers, cross flooded wetlands, or hunt prey right at the water's edge. This combination of brute force, stealth, and lightning strikes has made the jaguar one of the most feared symbols of the Amazon. But even this almost perfect predator goes through its most vulnerable stage, when it becomes a mother. During the mating season, the females release signals through characteristic scents and calls. These signals spread through the forest, drawing males from great distances. And at times, competition between males becomes inevitable. But when mating finally happens, it is quick, brief, and completely defines the next generation. Jaguars give birth to very few cubs, usually only one or two. Their newborns come into the world completely defenseless, blind, immobile, and unable to protect themselves. During those first weeks, they are not predators, but prey. The male takes no part in raising the cubs and, in some cases, may even pose a threat to his own offspring. That is why the mother keeps her cubs hidden in a safe den, defending them with absolute ferocity. Around 6 months old, the cubs begin to learn to hunt. And between 1.5 years and 2 years old, they leave their mother and begin an independent life. But not all of them survive. That too is the jaguar's survival strategy: few cubs, but maximum parental investment. A system designed to ensure that at least one new generation manages to survive. And yet the Amazon does not depend on a single survival strategy. While beneath the forest canopy, the jaguar bets on strength, patience, and maternal instinct. High above the rainforest, another strategy exists in silence. It is the harpy eagle. Known as the sovereign of the Amazonian skies, it is an apex predator and a true nightmare for the creatures that live among the treetops. Its enormous wings let it move through the dense canopy with astonishing precision. Most impressive of all are its enormous talons, powerful enough to pierce flesh with a single devastating grip. Its vision is as sharp as a biological camera, able to detect the slightest movement from extraordinary distances. Although it sits at the top of the food chain, there is something few people know about this predator. It follows an extraordinary reproductive strategy. It does not reproduce in large numbers. It is in no hurry, and it does not leave the fate of its offspring to chance. Instead, it bets everything on a single life, one egg, a colossal nest, and years of waiting. Harpy eagles usually form lasting pair bonds and stay faithful for long periods. They build enormous nests atop ancient trees that rise between 100 and 165 feet high, where very few predators can reach. In each breeding cycle, a harpy usually lays 1 or 2 eggs. But in most cases, only one chick survives. This is not an accident, but a clear strategy, not quantity, but total investment in a single life. During incubation, the female stays longer at the nest, while the male keeps hunting and brings food regularly. When the chick hatches, it is completely fragile, unable to defend itself or adapt to the hostile environment. From that moment, both parents begin a long process of raising and protecting it, making sure it has enough time and skills to mature within the brutal ecosystem of the Amazon rainforest. The rearing period is extraordinarily long, able to extend up to 1 or even 2 years, an unusually prolonged commitment among birds of prey. For the harpy eagle, reproducing is not simply an event, but a long-term commitment. If they fail, they cannot try again quickly. This makes the species highly vulnerable to environmental changes. But as our gaze leaves those heights and descends slowly toward the murky waters of the Amazon, a completely different law begins. There is no more long-term patience, no more absolute protection. Only strength and primal instinct remain. Hidden beneath the dark, opaque water, a creature waits motionless, like a living mass of muscle, heavy, silent, and almost invisible. Green anaconda. It is famous not only for its colossal size, but also possesses a series of traits that have earned it the title of the true queen of the swamp. The green anaconda is a master of ambush hunting. It can stay completely motionless for hours, even days, beneath dark waters or hidden in the mud of the banks. Patiently waiting for prey to enter its striking range. It does not rely on venom. Its weapon is an overwhelming constricting force. It tightens its powerful coils until the prey can no longer breathe or maintain normal blood circulation. But behind this immense force and a highly refined hunting strategy, the anaconda possesses another survival strategy just as brutal. Reproducing in a way as primitive, mysterious, and unforgiving as the swamp that shaped it. When the breeding season begins, the female releases chemical signals, pheromones, that spread through the murky waters. Almost immediately, multiple males appear, following that invisible trail and coiling around the female's body, forming what looks like an enormous living ball. Here there are no violent fights. The competition is based on endurance, and in the end, only the strongest, most persistent male earns the right to mate. What makes this species even more extraordinary is that, unlike many other reptiles, the green anaconda does not lay eggs. It gives birth to live young. From the moment they are born, the young are left completely to their own fate. No farewell, no guidance. Although they are born knowing how to swim, hide, and even hunt on their own, that does not mean they are safe. From their first moment of life, they are already part of the food chain of the very world they have just entered. Birds of prey, large fish, caimans, and even members of their own species, all can become their executioners. That is why the anaconda's strategy is not to protect each individual, but to let nature make the selection. Most will die, but as long as a few survive, the species will go on. Watching what happens in the Amazon jungle, one truth becomes clear. Nature has never chosen a single path for life. Some species raise their offspring for years. Others teach survival through experience. And others force their young to face the struggle for survival from the very first instant of life. And through the silent laws that govern the Amazon, we come to understand another astonishing truth. Nature has never depended on a single formula to survive. Some species survive thanks to speed. Others depend on intelligence or camouflage. But creatures like the anaconda endure thanks to primal force, patience, and the most merciless law of natural selection. In the stunning, immense vastness of the Amazon, the surface of the lake suddenly trembles. And yet, no predator shows itself. Only mysterious circles of ripples spread outward, as if some giant were stirring in the depths. A strange sound, deep, heavy, and dominant, rises from the water. A predator with the lungs of a land animal hidden inside the body of a killer fish. It is an Arapaima. As if it had stepped out of the pages of the ancient world, the Arapaima rules these waters like a moving fortress. It is one of the largest freshwater fish on Earth, able to exceed 10 feet in length and weigh more than 330 pounds. Its enormous, immensely powerful muscular body is covered by a biological armor formed of overlapping, intricately interlocked scales, strong enough to withstand the bites of piranhas. One of the most extraordinary things about this species, and something very few people know, is the way it breathes. Instead of relying entirely on gills like most fish, it uses a modified swim bladder as a kind of lung. Which forces it to rise to the surface at regular intervals to gulp air with its mouth. Unlike predators that rely on high-speed chases, the Arapaima chooses an ambush strategy. Not far from there, a school of small fish begins to gather near the surface, moving carelessly under the dim light. They do not realize that every one of their movements has already been silently fixed by a hidden predator. Now, the giant of the river creeps toward the school. No sound, no warning. Then, in the blink of an eye, the giant erupts into motion. The hunt ends almost as soon as it begins. Only a few seconds later, everything is as it was before. The surface of the river falls calm again. The ripples fade. No trace remains of the hunt that has just taken place. Although it looks like a killing machine, the Arapaima shows very unusual reproductive behavior. It builds nests on the riverbed using sand or mud. The female lays the eggs, while the male takes on the role of watching over and protecting them. after the eggs hatch, the parents continue guiding and protecting the young for a long time. In the Amazon, if the Arapaima is a fortress, then the red-tailed catfish is the black hole of the river. In the deepest layer, where the light disappears completely and the soft mud hides every movement, another predator patrols in silence. It is the red-tailed catfish. In the wild, adults can weigh up to 175 pounds. Its mouth is extremely wide, letting it swallow prey as large as half its own body size. It has 3 pairs of long barbels, which work as highly sensitive touch and smell organs to locate food in murky waters. When it hunts, it moves slowly, hiding along the bottom, waiting in silence for the right moment. And surprisingly, this fish does not feed on meat alone. It also takes advantage of the fruits and seeds that fall into the water, becoming a link between the forest and the river. In this deepest realm, the darkness devours everything. But the higher we rise, the more the world begins to change. The light appears. The surface of the water begins to reflect. And then, an unexpected movement breaks all the rules of the river. A silver flash darts across swiftly. Not beneath the water, but in the air. It is the silver arowana, the creature known as the water monkey. Its body is long, flat, and streamlined like a leaf. When it swims, its form moves with a fluid grace, yet with extraordinary agility. It can leap up to 6 feet out of the water to catch prey resting on low branches, such as insects, small birds, lizards, or even bats. The silver arowana has a very special way of protecting its young. After the female lays the eggs and they are fertilized, the male takes the entire clutch inside his mouth to protect it. Even after the eggs hatch, the fry keeps sheltering inside their father's mouth until they are large enough to find food on their own. And as our gaze leaves the water, following those powerful leaps toward the sky, another world begins to reveal itself. No longer the murky water, no longer the darkness of the deep layer, but light and color. Between the sky and the forest canopy, a blue heartbeat suddenly comes to life, radiant, proud, and deeply hypnotic. It is the hyacinth macaw. Not just a bird, but a living symbol of balance in this forest. The hyacinth macaw is the largest parrot in the world, with a body length of about 3 feet and a wingspan that can reach between 4 and 5 feet. With its brilliant cobalt blue plumage, standing out against the green backdrop of the tropical forest, and the characteristic yellow skin around its eyes and at the base of its beak. It has an appearance impossible to mistake. This bird is not only beautiful, it also possesses one of the most powerful weapons in the world of birds. With its proud, jet-black beak, the hyacinth macaw has a majestic strength able to crush the hardest nuts. The ones no other species can reach. In doing so, it directly helps open the way for the spread of new plant life throughout the forest. And then, as every movement slowly begins to settle within the mysterious space of the Amazon jungle, we understand that this place is not just a forest, but a living museum of evolution. Creatures like the Arapaima, with its primitive lungs, the red-tailed catfish, with its ability to perceive the world in absolute darkness, and the silver arowana, the one that breaks the boundary between water and sky. All of them carry within them the mark of an ancient era. They do not simply exist. They are the surviving chapters of Earth's history. Creatures that preserve the shape of the past and still keep breathing in the present. But that world, however powerful it may be, is not unchanging. The forests are slowly shrinking. The rivers are being fragmented. Even nature itself, once the creator, can become a brutal challenge when the drought drags on. When the waters retreat, when that fragile balance breaks. And when a single link disappears, that entire giant biological machine will begin to tremble. The Amazon is not just a place where strange animals live. It is a place that preserves the memory of life on this planet. And the biggest question is no longer, how did these creatures evolve? But rather, do they still have enough time to keep surviving?